You know the rules, Mother shouts, raising her voice above the last two stanzas of the screeching song. Lila's narrow shoulders curve in to retreat from the crescendo of voices. You really don't have to. A meek smile creeps onto full lips. Elegant fingers, the color of Mother's coffee before milk, brushes a curtain of thickly coiled hair behind pierced ears. Mother places a weathered alabaster white hand on Lila's shoulders. Go on, love. Mother motions to the modest single-layer Betty Crocker cake. An 18, the shape of golden balloons sitting on top. I watch Lila close her eyes and knit her brows. The creaky house becomes eerily still, holding its breath in an attempt to bring Lila's wish into existence on the melting vanilla icing. Next to me, Kiki, one of the triplets, rolls her eyes and barks, "Come on, hurry up! Make a wish, Lila. I'm hungry." Kita and Kimmy whirl and simultaneously smack Kiki's arm. You just wish it was your 18th birthday so you could get a special cake. The three fell into steady pattern. All birthday celebrations, begging Mother to let them have a taste. Maybe just this once, I thought. Maybe. Now, you know the rules, Mother croons, brushing back the triplets' ramshackle hair to perfection. Multiple voices chirp, reciting the words that Mother had taught us all when we arrived. Rule number 2. The day we can venture out into the world is when we can celebrate with something special, a cake. How could Mother do it for every single birthday? Especially with the baby that showed up at our doorstep last night. I wasn't a baby when I got to Mother's, but I was left at the doorstep too. At first, all you can do is cry. Searing hot tears for weeks, months. An ache in your chest that just doesn't go away. Like your rib cage is made of plexiglass. Taking each inhale with no real air to supplement the gasping screams. The question that ping-pongs in your brain all day long, urging you to continue purging the memories of your previous family. Why wasn't I enough? And then you just slowly forget. That soft white sensation creeping in, and as if your head is floating. And Mother is there with open arms. She brought in over 30 sisters into this house. She was the only one who thought we were worthy when everyone else tossed us to the side. Weathered, soft, alabaster white floating through you, like the clouds lazily hanging from the thick beams of our shared bedrooms. And glow-in-the-dark stars shielding us from the hazy figures in the corners watching us sleep. Lila's leaving today, on her way to begin a new life. How many of my older sisters have left and had the nerve to ever come back to see how we were all doing. Never. None of them ever came back to see how Mother was doing. An itch of bitterness crept down my throat. I would miss Layla the most. She taught me how to braid my hair, and she pierced my ears when Mother wasn't looking. She even told me she kissed a boy when we weren't supposed to go past the iron gate. I'd shake my head, attempting to recenter my reality from the cloudy memories. A jerky movement from the corner of my eye snaps my mind to attention. A straw hat covering sparse gray hairs and ripped jean overalls appears in front of the sprawling patches of narcissus and white and red poppies. I let out a soft sigh. Just Gardner William. The gentle ebb and flow of Mother's perfect flowers mirror the dreamy sunrise from the casement windows. Years of William perfecting his green thumb on grand display. He turns to the large windows and smiles, waving at me. It was a daily occurrence ever since I came to live here. I love helping Gardner William. He often calls me his little green thumb. He's the closest thing to a father that I ever had. He taught all of us how to ride a bike and how to tie a shoe and catch lightning bugs. Mother even has him eat supper with us every night. In a blinding flash, William's shears clumsily miss a wilting stem, deep red pooling in his hand and forearm trickling down. William's head oddly cracks to the left, too far to the left, and my desk scrapes against the floor as a full-body gasp escapes my lips. And 11 heads swivel my direction. Shit! Nicolette! Mother mutters. What is the rule? What is rule number 3? Her heels hiss against the wood floor as she pivots, setting the Bible onto an ornately sculptured desk. Piercing blue eyes pin me to my seat, and my heart, it lodges in my throat. When Mother is teaching, we are listening. I avoided her gaze. Every time a sister leaves, Mother becomes easily irritable. When Diana left 2 years ago, she forced us all to balance books on our head for 3 straight hours because Olivia forgot to put away the eggs. Rule number 5. One sister's chore is everyone's responsibility. No breaks, no water, only Mother's lesson. Beads of sweat from cold glass dripped onto her puckered skin. The crash of several looks echoed throughout the halls. These are the rules. And one sister sniffled, rebalancing the 3 books onto her aching crown. No child of mine will forget them. She nods curtly. Please go to your room and grab your blackboard and Bible. I know you did not bring it down to lessons today. She taps her glasses away from the tip of her nose, and her eyes, look towards the stairs. I gulp down a sigh of relief and twist to lift off from the stiff chair. "Oh, and on your way back," her voice booms, "you must recite Ephesians verse 5 and 6 from memory." I felt as if eyes from every part of the room were boring into me, my legs melting into the floor. Mother only wants what is best. I know I can do better. I bow softly. "As you wish, Mother." I take the stairs 2 by 2, attempting to quicken my pace. Our shared rooms come into view from the top of the steps. Which verse used thy versus thee? I can't remember. A cloud of white fog clouds my memory. I hear the click of a lock and metal grinding and the soft rasp of old hinges. I slowly turn to the sound. An old heavy door slightly ajar, a stained glass lamp peeking through the crack, shining bright as if someone was seated there moments ago. Rule number 1. Do not go into Mother's office. I shake my head in protest. No, you've caused enough trouble today. You know how Mother gets when she loses a daughter? Another voice screams in my head, the ping-ponging starting up again. What will she do if she... What will she do if... My head, it begins to hurt. The words fade away. Were they even there? Soft reverberations of Mother's lessons spiral up, and I quickly scan the hall for forbidden sisters, hidden sisters. Then I slide my small frame through the crack of the office door. An oval green rug sits beneath a delicately carved desk with angels and beasts carved into it, into every inch. 4 bookshelves loom behind it, holding leather-backed textbooks and locked boxes and binders thick with documents. I make my feet as light as possible, tiptoeing to the brightly lit desk, scanning to find any potential letters from our sisters. That's just boring old newspapers. I cock my head, attempting to gain a better view below the desk. Stray papers catch the lamplight, titles regarding goods and services and price ranges, hair color receipts, invoices with sisters' names on them. Maybe Mother is in need of additional money to support us. I wonder if we can help her. Why didn't she tell us? A nagging voice rings like a bell in the back of my mind. I remember Mother taught a few lessons on our government and Social Security and foster care systems and capitalistic governments, stocks, bonds, the brown market. I definitely zoned out during this lesson. Mother acted as if poison was on her tongue when she discussed that topic with us, and we never talked about it again. Bitter cold strikes the back of my neck as the world was dunked into an ice bath. A streak of black shoots through my peripheral vision onto the corner of the office. Long streaks of inky hair whisper around the figure. I choked back a scream, stumbling backwards, digging my nails into my palms. The ghostly figure, it seems to waver, bleeding into the corner of the room as if it were a painting. A long tendril rises at the shoulder. A finger like talon points toward the office door. A skull key creaks of the stairs blast upwards, heels smacking into the splintering wood. I jump, leaping towards the door, and I swipe the heavy key. I turn quickly to see if the wavering haze was indeed a painting, angling myself to escape the frigid room, but it was gone. I can't sleep. A windstorm began brewing at dinner time, and creaks and moans, 100-years-old crevices reverberating endlessly into the night. The cold sting of the skull key presses into my breast like a brand, forcing my eyes open, frequently darting to the corner where the hazy figures reside. Tonight, it seems like they are waiting for something, potentially agitated with the windstorm's never-ending banter with the shingles, or that I now held something that they guided me to. A silver little sliver of moonlight broke through the window, tree branches creating malformed faces and figures. Through the vast window, I rise. The skull key to meet it. D.H. My heart, it skips a beat. D.H. Mother never told us of any sister named D.H. Are these the initials of the old owner of the house? D.H. Curiosity grumbles in my gut. All of the sisters knew every room, what was in them, and what went there, and what went where, and to return, what to take. That was another one of Mother's rules. Number 4 to be exact. The only additional room that I can think of is the shed outside for the additional supplies and some gardening tools for William. It's most likely just a name. Nicolette. Nicolette, of course. I should just get back to bed. Mother knows best. A twinge twists my gut. On instinct, I look up, and 2 figures stand before me, hazy and see-through. Their heads lie at odd angles, too sharp to the left, just like Gardener William. This time, I'm not afraid as they lead me to the door. I softly plump onto the carpet beneath our bunk and tiptoe, placing my heels carefully onto the pieces of wood that won't creak. I have Layla to thank for that. I slide down the hall, eyeing Mother's room as I pass, and drift down the stairs like a wraith, and well, the hazy figures, they abruptly stop, turning their angled necks to me, and then they point. Linens. There was a door at the back of that closet. The wraiths, they hover behind me. A bone-deep pressure building in my chest, a tight squeeze beginning to sharpen against my throat. My mind, it feels as if it's breaking, like air is being sucked out of this room. What about the rules? What will Mother make my sisters do if she finds me here? Another voice grinds out as if bone was fluttering in the back of one's mouth, crunching every word into my ears. Why? Why do we never call? Mother loves us. Why do we never come back? Mother loves us. But why? Why do we never call? A gentle brush against my elbow snaps me into reality, pushing my arm forward, gliding the key into the lock and twisting. Metal. Cold metal spreads across my slick fingertips. A room, just like our living room, is replicated in this cold space. And a lamp is on, the same lamp, in the same place as in our living room. The chairs are the same, the carpet is the same. Everything's the same. Mother's ornate desk is there, and it's the same desk. There's a sort of muscle memory at play, since the rest of the room is still coated in the hue of the night. I step into the room, and the floorboards, they creak. They creak. In the corner of my eye, I see a shadow sitting on the love seat, angled towards the bookshelf. And before they can even move, I lie flat on the ground behind the large leather sofa. It's Mother. This is just like her office, her place to relax, but just that noise is just Mother there. Just get up. Get up and apologize. But the figure did not move. The floors, they do not creak. The release of the leather on skin does not pierce the sickly, quiet air. I remove myself from the floor and cautiously move to the lamp, and still no movement, not even an inch. The shadow, it seems so familiar. I curl my fingers against the lamp and turn it towards the figure, slowly revealing the brown, thick curls and pierced ears I saw only 2 days before. A bright, toothy grin is stretched into a smile, reaching high up on her cheeks and squinting her beautiful eyes almost shut. Her elbows are flexed at 90-degree angles, floating above the rolled sofa arm, neck tilted slightly to the left. A large necklace covering a blooming bruise around her throat. Lila? My voice comes out in a squeak. I move closer, reaching out to touch her. Her nail beds are blue, but she feels warm. I look down to the carpet, attempting to examine her feet, but she's barefoot, with a tag wrapped around her big toe. A price tag! I take in air, and in massive gulps, the white fog, it begins to clear. The night Layla left, I remember, she told me to be careful. She told me to run. So I run, The lamp thuds onto the floor, and I bolt past the doorway into the sprawling garden. The deep hues of sunrise, they begin to blot the sky, and my head whips. Go! Go! The crackles of the tree branches and red poppies seem to scream at me as my bare feet dig into the earth, kicking up the soft morning dew. Gardener William leaves the pearly white shed with a pail of fresh soil in hand, already beginning his day, and he locks his eyes with mine. My heart, it sings, my arms open wide, and I crash into him, tears streaking my face. Mother! She keeps them! I pant, looking frantically between his bloodshot eyes. I hear soft shushes from his lips, caressing my hair with his weathered hands. She stuffs them and she sells them, I whisper to him, looking around to ensure I haven't been found. She stuffs them like dolls! I tug his arm towards the gate, snot rolling down my nose, sputtering the last words out like some kind of prayer. You have to help us leave. You have to help my sisters escape. Gardener William cocks his head, looking into my eyes, and flashes a toothy grin, one that reaches past his cheekbones. You know the rules.